community. We in the Democratic minority sent a letter to the governor, and we asked him to declare a state of emergency on food insecurity. We asked him to authorize state agencies to draw from that emergency preparedness fund, which is $5 billion in the state right now, and direct DCF to coordinate with local food banks such as this and community partners to distribute aid immediately. Florida has the fiscal strength, as I mentioned, $5 billion to respond to these SNAP cuts. What's needed now is the moral will to act.
Okay, thank you. So, we'll set the stage. Just people should know that their representatives are fighting to try to get these benefits on. In the meantime, to the rescue, and we love you all dearly, and thank you so much. I know one of you are going to tell a story. We had a young lady here to give her story. She's a SNAP recipient. She was so upset I had to send her home, but you're going to talk about her. Who's going to come up here first? You come up here first. Go ahead.
Thank you, Representative.
And introduce yourself, okay?
Yeah. So, hi, I'm Liz Cabral, Director of Programs here at the Palm Beach County Food Bank, and I just want to thank you, Representative Frankel and Senator Berman. And here at the food bank, we're doing everything that we can to support children and families. However, the reality is that all of our efforts, our current efforts are not enough to fill the gap that's going to be left if SNAP is left to lapse. For every one meal that we here at the Palm Beach County Food Bank provide, SNAP provides 9 meals. So that's a big gap. We don't have the infrastructure to support. These are seniors on a fixed income, working families, and college students who are struggling to put food on the table. So if you are an individual that is looking for food assistance, or if you can support with donations as well, you can call us, or you can also visit us at our website, pbcfoodbank.org. If you need additional assistance, call us, and we'll help you connect to a food pantry near you, yeah, we're doing everything that we can. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we'll be handing out, we have handouts for the press. United Way has put a very, very extensive list. Well, you'll do it at the end, okay? Very, very extensive list of where people can turn to for help, so I hope you can publish that. In the meantime, why don't you come on up here and tell us about this young lady?
Thank you.
Introduce yourself first.
I am Andrea Rendon, the Marketing and Communications Manager here at the Food Bank, and today I definitely, along with the client, the beneficiary that was here, I myself also got emotional hearing her story. She was overwhelmed having to think about what could happen to her and her family, to her 6 family members, including her single mom that's working a full-time job. She's trying to get back into college after taking a pause to work. The woman, exactly, that was here, the 19-year-old that was here, the college student, she had to pause her studies to try to work full-time to make up for the gap that was missing in her family when they had a reduction in SNAP. So there is no telling what will happen to her family, her future. She's trying to better her life by going to school now that she won't receive SNAP benefits. She told me that when they were on their way here, they actually ran out of gas in the car and that they had to scramble to try to find change in the car to fill up for $5 to get here. And that there's really, it's unimaginable for her to make the impossible choice between going to school, putting gas in the car, keeping the electricity bill on in their home, and being able to feed the 7 mouths that they have in their home. So it was heartbreaking to hear the change that will come in their lives starting November 1st, and really the worst part of it is that there is an impossible choice that she has to make between, she said it herself, eating sometimes and letting her little brothers and sisters eat instead, and that's when she really felt the intense emotion that caused her to cry, because it's just the truth and there's no running from it. There's not much that they can do when her part-time job is enough for some gas in her car and then to pay her tuition. So we will continue to do our best to help families like hers, but there's no way that we can fill that gap, and they are going to face impossible choices very soon. So everyone watching, thank you for your support, and we hope that you'll be able to continue to do so.
Yeah. I hope everybody watching this in some way, if you have the ability to either reach out to a neighbor, share a meal, donate to this food bank, and go on to the web page that we're going to provide, that it will show you the many entry points. There's charities, churches, synagogues, organizations that are offering food. Look, it shouldn't be at all. I hope it's only a stopgap. Again, myself and Senator Berman and others, we are fighting hard to get these SNAP benefits back on track. Any questions from the?
I have a couple.
Yeah, sure.
Did you say, Lori, it's a $5 million or $5 billion?
I'm sorry, $5 billion.
Billion with a B.
With a B, yes,
State of
is our,
Florida has that money?
we have a rainy day fund, sorry, yes. The state of Florida has a rainy day fund, which is for emergencies specifically, and it is funded right now with $5 billion.
And you're saying the governor needs to tap into that? to help the people
Absolutely.
who are gonna
I
lose
mean,
their
we've
SNAP?
seen the governor tap in other instances, and particularly, we still have a state of emergency right now, which has been going on for 2 years for immigration. And I think that this is a true emergency and is the time for the governor. No one should go hungry in our state.
And let me just add, the governor shouldn't be having to do that because the federal government has the money
Also,
to keep
right.
this going. And we're just hoping that, what we say,
The federal government should
that,
do it.
that really,
first.
we hope greater minds will prevail to do this, because this food shouldn't be politics. People's, it's cruel to play politics with feeding people. So we're just calling everybody to try to get on track.
Who do you blame for this government shutdown?
Well, I don't think it's a matter, this particular issue is really, it's almost a side issue, because there has never, ever in the history of this country, and we've shut down a number of times, ever been a cessation of SNAP. SNAP has always continued, and the Congress has put into the budget a contingency for this, for occasions like this. So the money is there. So this is more about some politics than it is about a shutdown. And not to get into it, it's cruel to use this as a political wedge to get this budget deal going. It really is. So the money's there, and they could do it.
How likely are we to get a resolution before November 1st? How confident are you that we'll get one?
Listen, this is really one of the most awful things that the federal government could do to its people. To have, what did I say, 42 million people are going to go hungry. I mean, some will get benefits, some will get to a food bank, some will have a neighbor help them. But we're talking about a lot of stories. This young lady we saw here today, who is, I literally had to ask her to leave because she was so upset. I mean, there's millions of stories like that, and I don't know. It's right now. It's really the political will of the president. I do think that he could make the difference, because all he has to do is order the Department of Agriculture to continue the snaps. And let me just sneak preview. A couple of weeks ago, if you would have looked on the webpage, it said, "Don't worry, we have contingency to continue this program." And it was taken off a few days ago. So we just need the political will of the president. I'm hoping that, look, he's a grandfather. I'm hoping that he will make this happen.
Have you gotten any indication that DeSantis is willing to try to step in and resolve this?
Yesterday, he was asked in a press conference about it, and he did not indicate that he was willing to do it at this point in time.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I'm disappointed. I mean, like the Congresswoman said, it should be the federal government, but if the federal government isn't going to do it, and we're going to have this horrendous situation starting November 1st, I'd like our state to step in. We have an obligation to our citizens and to the Floridians, and I would prefer that if it's not gonna happen, that we step in.
And just to add again, there are about 20 states that are now suing the federal government to get these benefits. The governor will have a letter on his desk as we speak from the Democrats in our delegation, asking them to join this lawsuit.
So you blame President Trump then, really, for this?
Excuse me?
You blame President
Oh, well-
Trump for the shutdown?
Well, let me just say, the shutdown is about wanting everyone to vote for a budget that's going to cause literally millions of people to lose their health care. Okay, that's what the budget fight's about. SNAP has now been made an issue because as I said, in the first time in the history of our country, they're stopping the SNAP benefits. So now that's another issue that what we're dealing with. So we'll see as it plays out. Obviously, the president could play a big role in getting everything going. But we have to negotiate the budget, sit down, negotiate, get back to work. House has been out now for 5 weeks. The Speaker sent us home. So that has to be negotiated. In the meantime, put the politics aside, because people are about to go hungry. There should be no politics. This program must be restarted, and if not, our governor needs to do something to help the millions of people in Florida. That's where we are today, and I'm hoping we can solve all these problems, but in the meantime, let's get food on people's tables. Anybody else? Okay, well, thank you, everybody, for being here.
Thank you.
Good job. Very good. Okay, thank you, ladies. We're trying.
Thank you.
We're
good.
trying.
Really, thank you so
You have
much.
your phones
Thank you.
off the hook, right?
Yes.
Yeah.